Seven Nights 2 is a gorgeous online role-playing game that recently came to global, and I've been playing this game non-stop since it came out. Visually, this game is a feast for the eyes. It is really beautiful to look at, and every cinematic is breathtaking. All the cinematics are voice acted too, which for me is a bonus because I love being able to immerse myself in the story through voice rather than reading. What is up, my dwellers of the interwebs? I'm Sorasin, and I'll be working with Styx on the MMO Byte mobile channel. It is truly an honor, and I'm pleased to make your acquaintance. When you first enter the game, it doesn't take long before you're already thrust into action and are introduced to the controls. You take command of a party of 4 and can alternate between each of them as well as rally them to move as one. Or you can turn it off and position your party separately. Each character has a set of skills to use as well as an ultimate ability, and the ultimate can only be seen by the character you're currently using. Seven Nights 2 is set 20 years after the original game's story, so if you're someone who loved the original game, I'm sure you will love to see how the story has progressed after the first game. But if you're new to Seven Nights like myself, that's okay too. The story is still engaging and exciting to watch. Honestly, I usually play mobile games while watching TV, but with this game, I didn't want to distract myself from the story content so that I could listen to the game with 100% of my attention. I believe some consider this an MMORPG, but I'd say it's best not to think of this game as such, because there's really not a lot of MMORPG elements to it. Sure, it has dungeons and raid bosses, but you can only party with others in one 8-player boss raid. The rest are done with your solo team. The available dungeons are for gold, soulstone tokens which are used to transcend your heroes, an elixir dungeon for your hero's potential, a dungeon to get runes for your account's divinity, and finally one for experience. The 4-player solo raids not only give gear, but also drop the tickets needed to enhance your formation of your party. Sadly, these can only be done once a day unless you have saved up dungeon tickets. Every 6 hours you can obtain 100 free exploration tickets from this cute little creature in the market. These tickets are used for the AFK exploration grind, where you can earn many items including gear, experience potions, and gold. Once you hit the normal modes of exploration, you can even have a chance of earning legendary gear items. If you ask me, this game resembles a hero collector gacha game more than anything else. Just a really fancy one. And that's not necessarily a bad thing either. The game's combat is intense and fast-paced, and yes, there is auto combat, but before you groan and decide not to try it, hear me out. It only feels super easy on auto throughout most of the easy mode of the story, but once you get closer to finishing the story content on easy mode, you will find you need to use manual more, or at least learn how to position your characters better, and this can cause for some seriously intense boss fights on normal mode. Yes, I said normal mode. I'm not even on hard mode yet, and the fights are crazy intense. Last night I kept dying to a giant scorpion before I finally figured out a good way to combat it and complete that fight. Not only was it super late at night, but my phone was running low on battery, so it was a race to finish the fight before needing to charge my phone. There are a couple minor glitches in the game that I've noticed so far. The one that has me annoyed the most is the voice glitch. It seems that sometimes the voice in cinematic dialogue is slightly delayed, causing the end of the sentence to be cut off. So if you're not reading the subtitles, you might lose track of what's being said. I tried swapping to Japanese, and the delay seemed to be there as well. I'm sure this will get fixed soon. Just keep that in mind to read the subtitles while watching the story content. The game's gacha system has a lot of people complaining, and for good reason. The rates for legendaries is really low, and a lot of people are only getting them by reaching the pity. And apparently the pity isn't even guaranteed the rate up character advertised. At least for the special summons, I know that's true. As far as I know, for the legendary rate up summons, you are guaranteed those summons. Even so, the fact that there is gacha for pets, armor, and heroes, that's a lot of gacha. But I'm grateful that the armor and weapons aren't bundled into the hero gacha like in some other games. Another thing about the gacha is there is no guaranteed rare hero for a ×10 summon, so you can get 10 white or green heroes only. It's a real blow to the gut when you save up enough gems only to get 100% trash summons with not one rare or higher. I feel like the cash shop is a little bit aggressive. It tries to remind you a lot that there's a new pack available to buy, and it seems like that for almost any type of progress situation. I always find it annoying to see that little red dot over the market only to find out that it's some cash pack that they're offering yet again. My final complaint for now is the size of the icons for the gear sets. In a game where you have to gather gear to make sets for your heroes, the icons are so small, it's hard sometimes to tell which hero has what set on them at times. Overall, I'd say I'm enjoying the game, even with its minor issues. The storyline is so much fun to watch, and I can't wait for the next part of the story. If you've been on the fence about trying out Seven Nights 2, I hope you'll give it a try. It's truly great, and the challenge is there once you get past easy mode. Thank you for watching. I'm Sorasin, and this is MMO Byte Mobile. Feel free to follow me on all my socials, and you can also find me on my own YouTube channel. Links are all in the description and pinned comment below. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm off to try take down some annoying succubus ladies that have been giving me some trouble in the game.
Someday soon, I'm gonna make it.